Keenum on first down. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
To throw is Keenum. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Just the first quarter of a tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. If I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone, it's Keenum. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Let's go. Hey, go, Roger. Stand down. 22. Cut.
On second down, here's Keenum. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him. And that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, 52. Yeah, we're good. Single slot. 53.
A shotgun snap for Keenum. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. And And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And now it's 3rd down.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Gotta go.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He finds Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A gain of 39 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Gotta go.
On 1st and goal, Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They get it to him running left. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Jordan Howard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. And his kick is right through. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, go Roger. Mary left.
To throw on 2nd down is Keenum. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Akeem Hicks. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Hey, go Roger.
Working from the gun, Keenum. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Let's go. Hey, go Roger.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2.
Roger. You got 4. Hey, go Roger.
Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Mary left. Roger. Get out.
Keenum to throw on 2nd down. Oh, he stays up. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Down. Down. Very left. 22.
Shotgun snap for Keenum. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Let's go. Move.
On second down, here's Trubisky. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
The penalty helps a bit, but still 8 yards to go on 3rd down for this offense. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3.
Gotta go. go. Lock in, lock in.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. With it is Brown. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
Go, go.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
There's Keenum now on second down. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A Bronco first down. Keenum hooking up with Thomas.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Keenum now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. And they'll run it here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, on yard! On yard! Hey, on yard! On yard!
Now Keenum throwing on second. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's first and 10 up at the 46.
Single, slot. Hey, you're running out. Jam.
And they'll try the ground game here with a running back. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On 53. Hey. Go down. On 53. Hey, on yard! On yard!
On second down, here's Keenum. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be third and 5. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. Back to Denver right after this.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go. Move, move.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Gotta go, gotta go. Hey, 18.
Trubisky now down around his goal line. Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at all.
Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Go.
Now Trubisky on first down. Flushed out right, and that's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Now Brown. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Hey, go, Roger. Motion. 58 to the right. 58.
Back to the air. Keenum on 2nd down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. From the gun, here's Keenum. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first. First down now, but that clock rolling.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
22! 22! Hey, go, Roger! Stand down! There goes the high!
To the air again, Keenum. Left side here to Sanders. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we send you on out to an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Trubisky will throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He got 29 yards that time.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
There we go. You see it? You see it? 18.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Going for the deep ball. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And Parkey's kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Roger, roger, roger. Roger, roger, roger. Hey, 52.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Finding his way through contact. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On first down, Keenum sheds off the tackle. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Check. 4 down.
And they'll go ground game here on the tailback. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Mary left.
Keenum now on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to drop something good here on 3rd and 13.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
On 3rd and long, it's Keenum. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job. Finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Now it's Trubisky finding Gabriel complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Go!
They pitch out to Howard, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Going for it all. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Hey, 18.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. That is caught at the 7. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Now Trubisky to throw. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. This is Cohen on the toss. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
18.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here's Trubisky. And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there, and he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He leaves this one for Howard. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. They go play action. Trubisky sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they? Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory. And leading here in the 4th.
Right! Like 20! Hey, 22! 22!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it. They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Roger, Roger, Roger. Hey, go, Roger. Mary left, Mary left. Cut.
2nd and 10. Keenum here again. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Keenum to Sanders for the Denver first down.
Right, right. Hey, go, Roger. Hey, orange, orange. Orange, orange. Hey, orange, orange. Orange, orange.
Keenum on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Adrian. Amos, the safety, able to make the play. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, hot!
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game, and all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that
this is caught inside the 15. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Shakes off the side. Now Trubisky lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Off the toss, Cohen. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. And Parkey's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
I'll tell you what.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he'll get this only up to about the 35. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead.
All right, now,
They're playing for the pass first.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on first down. Out to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Shit. Move, move. Hey, watch that. Check right 54. Right. Move, move.
Trubisky with the give to Howard. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Adam Gotsis, the big Aussie, in on the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Lock in.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Derek Wolfe in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Out of the gun, Trubisky. They shakes it off. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Shane Ray. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at the 23. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Denver getting set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Hurry. You see it?
After the interception, here's Trubisky.
So I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
18.
Now Trubisky on first down. Caught out left side by Robinson. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
There we go. You see it? You see it? Go! Switch. Red, up.
On first down, they run with Howard. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. There as his guys will get the football back. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56.
Back to throw here. Wide open receiver complete. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. A gain of 19 on 3rd and 18, and that'll move the chains. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Gone! Switch!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Adrian Amos with a pick. And that will write a